Welcome to the Trading Raw Stories podcast. I'm Rita, the host with the most inspiring stories that you ever did hear. Back in the day when the day was back, I was known as the juicing queen. I became raw vegan overnight after watching a documentary called Food Matters. Changing what I was putting in and on my body didn't just make me lose weight and have great skin, it gave me mind clarity, more energy, and over time made me so self-aware and intuitive that I vibrate on a higher frequency and level of consciousness that's turned me into a manifesting queen. I've lived like 9 lives and have amazing stories to share that may inspire you to finally leave that toxic guy you're with, quit that miserable job you hate, start that business you've been talking about forever, and at the very least, you'll probably start saying yes more often and eat more vegetables. I'm your tell it like you need to hear it and make you do it, sister from another mister. I've lived quite the life and have stories for days that have inspired women to transform their lives in real big ways. So I created this podcast to share my insane and unbelievable stories with the world to reach whoever needs to hear them. I'll bring on inspiring humans to trade stories with me, and I'll even have some live coaching sessions with listeners calling in. You're here because you were meant to find this podcast, this community, these raw stories. There are no coincidences. Everything happens for you, not to you, and I'm so glad you're here. Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to another episode of the Trading Raw Stories podcast. I'm so glad you're here. It really makes me so happy to do this. And I am kind of loving this beginning part before I actually play the recording of the episode, like the actual trading of the stories with someone, because it's kind of cool to update you on what's going on in my life. Like, do you want to know about that stuff? Like, oh, guess what? My birthday's on November 30th and I got a yacht. What? Like, that's crazy. And so, and there's this guy that I'm dating that we're on date number 6. Like, how did that happen? He just snuck his way into my life. Like, I was not looking for anything and I'm still not. So if you're listening to this, get away, go away, stop. Just kidding. By the way, he wants me to call you guys my Rita's Pitas. Like, what? I don't know. Are you vibing with that? Like, hey, Pitas. Hey, how are my Rita's Pitas doing? Like, no, right? Like, he's crazy. And he wants to do an episode with me. And we actually were talking about coming on to share the story because it's funny. Like, I met him on Hinge and our first date was dope. And our every date has been really dope. And so we want to come on and like share the story. And I don't know. I mean, what do you think? Let me know if you guys want to hear the story, the Hinge dating stories. That would be so funny. All right. Anyway, so this new episode that I have for you is so cool because the guest is my life coach. How cool is that? We actually get into it a little and she kind of starts to coach me on accident. It's really funny. She's actually an emotional intelligence and confidence coach for heart-centered women. She helps women overcome self-doubt and take action toward their dreams. So in this episode, we talk about how she transitioned from a 9 to 5 and knew that coaching was her calling, and how she overcame her fear of money and different types of blocks, and how she decided that she really needed to change and getting unstuck and all the things. And it's really, really good. I urge you to listen and listen all the way through. And you know what else? I ask her so many questions in how she's sharing her story to get to the root of how you're feeling and how you're thinking and to relate it to your life. So it's kind of like a coaching session for you. Really, it really is. I'm really excited for this. You guys are going to love her and love this. And she has the cutest Italian accent I've ever heard in my life. So let's dive right in. Let's welcome my life coach, Ellis De Bona. Hi.
Hey.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Like, seriously, I've seen you so many times on Zoom that it's a natural occurrence for us because you are literally my life coach.
Yes. So excited. I actually feel like it's a normal coaching session. So I'm trying to go back to you asking questions instead of the other way around.
So no, yeah, you're not coaching me this time and it's not even a coaching call, but it feels like it should be, right?
Exactly.
It's so funny. I love it. So, okay, let's catch up. What have you been up to? What are you working on?
I just been coaching women. That's what I do. And the past few months has been quite intense. I saw that what I'm noticing is a lot of women are finding this new passion and these new things that they want to follow through when they're seeing a 9 to 5 and they're scared to do it. And so I feel like called to share my story and tell them what I've been through so they can kind of overcome that fear.
Yeah. And you help them overcome self-doubt and take action toward their dreams to make their dreams a reality. So that's literally what you do. So today I want to talk about the self-doubt, where that comes from, how you overcome it, and figuring out what your purpose is, what your calling is, and how to start taking action toward those dreams to make their dreams a reality. Because you were in a 9 to 5 job, right? You were a financial analyst and then you created a coaching business.
Yeah.
So let's start there.
Yeah, there is so much. Literally, thank God.
Yeah.
Do you have 2 hours? Okay, keep it short.
I do actually. I do. My recordings with people tend to be over an hour, so
Yeah.
it just happens like the raw conversation. It just like carries over, and it becomes so beautiful that it's like I'm not stopping this magic. So let's go.
Yeah. I think I'll start with my story and then I'll go down to where the self-doubt is, because my story will tell like where the self-doubt was. So for me it was really like being in corporate. Of course, my background is that I'm Italian. You can probably tell from my accent. Moved from Italy to Australia as an accountant, finding myself in Australia. I was spending a lot of time on my own because, of course, I didn't have any family and friends. I was still building a new life. And I was really realizing that I didn't like what I was doing every day. I just didn't like it. And I was very confused on what is my next step is going to look like. I didn't even know what I wanted to do. I just knew that I didn't like where I was. I didn't feel fulfilled. And every day it felt like, am I really supposed to be do this with my time? Like, my time is quite important. I'm not going to be 27 years old 2 times in my life, right? And you're not going to be 28. You get one shot at a time. And is this really what I want to do? Is this really how I want to spend my time? Is this really like my time and my energy as a value? So I really didn't know. I just knew that I was struggling. That's all I knew. And what I did is I just took like little step by little step, following the crumbs, and one crumb at a time, it all lined up for me. In such a beautiful and like the universe does, right? But when you're in it, you can't really see it.
Right.
I can see now, look back and see, oh, look at it. It was all lined up for me.
Mm-hmm.
One step after the other. I just have to make that little step. But when I was in it, clearly I had no idea where I
Okay,
was
so
going.
a couple of things stood out to me. First of all, holy shit, you moved from Italy to Australia. That's huge. That's a really big, scary change that most women would not do. Like I've moved from Chicago to Arizona, Arizona to New York, New York to California. Like I've made moves myself and started from scratch where I didn't know anyone, didn't have anything or anyone, right? Like a lot of my moves, I didn't even have a job yet or a place to live yet. And it all falls into place, right? You just take inspired, scary action and surrender and expect it to work out. And it does. So for you to go from Italy to Australia, that's huge. We want to know about that. I'm sure people are curious. And then you didn't know what you wanted to do, but you felt like you weren't fulfilled. So paying attention to that feeling, that's big. I want you to talk about that. And then like something that I say to women that I coach is when they're in toxic relationships, and even when you were coaching me, I found myself to be in one. Like it was magic, it was beautiful, and then it turned toxic. And for me to talk to you every session, it made me realize more and more and more like, holy shit, do I want this to be my life? And the same thing outside of relationships for you. Like, you only get one life. Do you want this to be your
Yeah.
life where you're in a job that you're not happy in? You're feeling, your soul is like, I'm not happy. I'm not fulfilled. This sucks. Do something about it. Don't just stay in the discomfort. Like, don't get comfortable with the discomfort. That's not living. And then you said, follow the crumbs. Like, you're following the crumbs and it all lined up for you, one crumb at a time. And then looking back, you're like, wow, I see those crumbs now. So can you tell us Anything out of what I just said that stood out to you the most that you want to respond to? Because I know that was like 50 things in one. But what were the crumbs? Like looking back, tell us like what were the crumbs? Like how did they connect? How did it all happen?
Yeah. So I feel like the first crumb was probably from Italy to Australia. So that was probably on point. And what I found, like, this was very funny. Like, I was probably 14 years old, and my mom has three brothers. The youngest brother, he is the one who made the move from. He moved first when I was like very little, from
Hmm.
Italy to England, and then he went from England to Australia. And I truly remember that one day my grandma rocks up and say, "Your uncle has moved to Australia." And I thought, Australia? I want to go there. I want to be there. And
Wow.
I
So
was
you
in
felt lit up from it and you knew that that was like, I need to do this.
I need to go there. I need to visit. I need to see it. It sounds so cool. I was so
Wow.
pumped up by it. And then I remember that I was in uni and he came for a wedding and I say, "Hey, I want to move. What do I need to do? Tell me." And he say, like, find one of the big company if you're like in accounting, like one of the big four, and ask for a transfer. That's the easiest way for you to do it. And I was like,
Hmm.
no worries, I'm gonna do it. Like 6 months later, they come to uni, big four, they say we are hiring. I apply, I get the job. And then like a year later, I say, okay, uncle, I'm ready. I'm gonna come to visit, come to Australia. And guess what? One of his best friend works at my same company. And I
Hmm.
say, can you please apply for a transfer? And they were like, yeah, of course. I applied, got the transfer. 1 month later, I'm here. Once I got
Wow.
here, though, I know, like, it's like it was there. It was already lined up. Like, this was meant to happen. No any other
Hmm.
way.
Right.
Um, when I was in the job, the accounting job, which you come to Australia, feel, oh, it's gonna be so exciting. Yes, the first 6 months, everything is new. First year,
Hmm.
second year, I really like. I was struggling. Like I was feeling it in my body, in my chest. And for me, starting with a research for happiness, I was like, I just want to be happy. And I looked for I went to a therapist first. I just got to a point with therapy in which I knew what happened. I just didn't know to change my life. I was like, I don't need to talk about my past. I just need to know how the heck am I going to change and get to my future, right? I know my past.
Wow.
I don't need to sit here and spend hours talking about my past. I just want to move into my future, which I
That's
think it's,
amazing.
yeah.
That's big. I don't know anyone that goes to a therapist and says, "Hey, you know what? I don't want to talk about my past. I want to talk about my future." But in a sense, you kind of have to get to know your past to understand who you are and why you are the way you are to then make changes and impact your future. But taking the initiative to start to research literally how to be happy, that's amazing. Like you've inspired me now to like be like, "Oh, you know what? Everything that I'm thinking about doing that I'm feeling stuck in, like, oh, I need to hire someone to do my website. I don't know how to do this. This is hard. I don't know how to do that." All it takes is researching and dedicating time to learning something new or figuring out what the solution is to your problem instead of staying in your problem and complaining about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Take action, and action gives you clarity. So, yeah, like I said, therapy, I just want to make sure that we all know, like, therapy is great. I don't want to, and it was great for me. It gave me a lot. It just got to a point in which is not what I needed anymore. I needed to
Mhm.
move towards my future. I heal, I look at those wounds and I saw, okay, I knew I just need something different. And I found my a life coach who was probably the scariest investment I ever made. I remember spending $5,000 in a personal development course, literally having like blind, no idea of what is it going to be, where is going to take me, is this going to work, who the heck is this guy, why am I doing this? I just knew inside of me that it was like, do it, just do it,
Yeah.
just do it.
Yeah. So
Like,
investing in yourself is really the thing that changed everything for you. Or else you'd
it,
probably
it
still be where you were. Maybe you wouldn't have even moved to Italy or from Italy to Australia. And then taking that action to getting a therapist, to doing research on finding how to be happy, how to change your life. And then like you said, action with taking inspired action, that's where clarity comes from. You have to get out of your head and actually do something and then see how it makes you feel when it happens versus trying to play the scenario in your head. You
Exactly.
actually have to feel it. How long, when we were coaching together, how many times did I talk about doing my podcast, doing my podcast, doing my podcast? And how many times did you tell me, okay, you're going to record the first episode? And I didn't do it. Every single time I had an excuse. I didn't. Do you remember?
Yeah, I
You're
do. I do. But I
I
just have
never
to
did
do
it.
it.
I know. And then now that I've done it, I'm like, oh my God, I'm addicted to it. I have so much fun. It lights me up when I'm in the moment. Like 5 minutes before jumping on with you, I was like, I just want to go to sleep, or I'm tired. Oh, do I have to do this? And then you get on and I'm like, oh, I love this. It's so much fun. It lights me up. Like, you feel it. That's what lights you up. You have to feel it, figure it out. And the only way you figure that out is by doing the thing that whatever it is for you, you have to actually try it. Take action, do it, and then see how it makes you feel. Does it feel like you have more resistance to it? Does it feel light? Does it feel good? Does it feel heavy? Like, that's how you figure it
Yeah.
out.
And I remember even when, if we talk to you for a moment, when you say that you actually broke up, you came to me, so like, I feel lighter, right? And that's where I
Mm-hmm.
knew that we went in the right direction, that this is where you
Mm-hmm.
had to go, because you literally felt, I feel lighter. And it was the
Mm-hmm.
same for me. I was terrified by this investment. I was terrified by making the jump. I just knew that I had a money back guarantee, which kind of cooled down my ego because, and my fears, because like worst case scenario, I get my money back. And
Right.
I was
So
like,
there's really no risk. Yeah.
exactly. I was like, what do I have to lose? Like, I'm unhappy, right? I just need to learn how to love myself. That's what he said. You need to learn how to love yourself. It's like, okay, fine, show me, because clearly I have no idea where to start from.
Yeah, you have to do something about it. You can't just stay in it and complain, or not feel happy and complain about not being happy. You have to do something about it. So yeah, and then you're right, when we were coaching together, it's funny how it started with like business coaching and then it turned into like relationship coaching, because anytime we sat down to talk, I was like, I don't want to talk about my business or my podcast or what I should do next and on my journey. I literally am dealing with this thing that's clouding my light, that's dimming my light, that's making me miserable, making me not want to do anything else other than fix this problem, right? And so once I finally got to the place where I was like realizing what was dimming my light, the environment I was in was toxic. Every day I woke up to negative things. Like, even my environment changed so much that I would wake up in the morning and right away the news was on. When I lived alone, the news is never on, period. Like, ever. But every morning I woke up, boom, news going. Throughout the day, news. At the end of the night, news. Like, my awareness started to be flooded with negative things. Forget
Mhm.
being treated poorly by him. Like, forget that. It was like my awareness was flooded with negative things. But anyway, so yeah, so once I left, I did feel light. I felt like I could
Yeah.
breathe.
And we spend so much time deciding what is the right thing to do. Is it stay or is it go? Is it stay or is it go? But like inside you, you knew, right? It was the same. You knew inside, you know, it doesn't matter. And that's kind of answer to your question about self-doubt. Self-doubt comes from not trusting the voice inside you and not taking that little step that will give you clarity. Because
Mhm.
once you take that step, you will know, you will feel it in your body. Self-doubt comes from going out of your head and going into your body, and that's how you know. You base it on your feelings and not on your thoughts, and that's how you get out of self-doubt.
Wow. I love that. Oh my God. Okay. So wait, you said self-doubt, you base it on your feelings, not what's in your head. So
Yeah.
you take a step and listen to the voice that's encouraging you instead of the voice that's talking you out of it. And then you take the action and see how you feel based on your feeling, not based on your thoughts. Did I get that right?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
I love that. Holy shit, that's good. Oh my God, I want to get that tattooed on my forehead so I don't forget it. Seriously, oh my God. That's money right there, because I know that's the one thing that women struggle with is self-doubt. Like, It's
Yeah.
imposter syndrome. It's not believing we're good enough, smart enough, pretty enough, skinny enough. And holy shit, as I'm saying this, my battery on my computer is 44%. 44 is my number. Do you remember?
Yeah, the
Oh my,
angels.
yes. Ah, this is crazy. It's like, oh, I'm in alignment. Of course I am, darling. So yeah, so women struggle with this voice. There's these two voices. There's the self-doubt, the ego, right? That's like trying to keep you safe and small and not step outside of your comfort zone. It's like stay right here. You're good right here. Even though you're not good, it's a familiar good, right? And
Yeah.
then and then they have to take action toward whatever it is and the universe will provide. It's like, "Hey, hey girl, I got you. Just come this way a little bit. Just a little bit. Take one step. I got you. Surrender. Trust me. Let's go."
Yeah.
Like
One little
I'm
step at
so
a time, you don't have to have like, I didn't have to be a big plan. One step at a time. Feel
yeah.
better. That's what I knew. Feel better, feel better, feel better. Find it.
Mhm. That's what Gabby says too, right? Like choosing the next best thought. Like you can't go from being super crazy depressed and wanting to kill yourself to farting rainbows and being extremely happy. Like you have to take the next step closer, the next best thought, the next logical, not logical, but next action that can get you to where you want to be.
Yeah, exactly.
So how can we oh wait, where were we in your story? We're talking about following the crumbs. So the crumbs started with moving from Italy to Australia and then the
Hiring a
job,
coach. Yeah.
hiring a coach.
And then I got there, I get through amazing transformation. I discover life coaching, and I'm like, oh my God, I want to be a life coach and keep going deeper in my journey and getting all that you need, all your stuff in order, studying more, being more, be like, yeah, great. So doing your job by day, um, and studying by night, feeling great. And then you will be like, okay, I want clients. And that what it was like, I felt like stuck because it was like, I can't find clients. I'm super terrified of resigning. Who am I to do this? My imposter syndrome, from this big expansion of I found my purpose to the next step, which is like, okay, now we need to make it happen. And it actually took me, I would say, solid 18 months between I decided and between it actually did happen. So between
Wow.
I said I'm going to resign, in which the point, the position in which I was able to resign, and these 18 months, they were really like, for me, they were a big struggle because I didn't like my job by day. I felt stuck. I feel that people were controlling me. And at the same time, I wasn't able to manifest those clients. I wasn't able to get my website going. I wasn't able to figure it all out. I wasn't where I wanted to be. But what I've learned after, of course, is that, like Gabby, we mentioned Gabby twice. We both love Gabby. When the
Yeah.
teacher is ready, the alumni will show up, right? So I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to coach people, so people weren't coming. I still had
Wow.
a little bit of learning to do, because what I learned in these 18 months then became the foundation of my business. Like the struggle and the fears and the blocks that I cleared in these 18 months was all I had to get through it in order to become a coach. Like there was still work to do. All my
Wow.
fears around money, all my self-doubt, all my low self-esteem, these were all blocks that I needed to clear if I want to get in front of a woman and say, hey, you need to raise your self-worth, but I had to do it first.
That's so crazy. So it really is you're the definition of trust the process. Like the process that 18 months of that journey that you're like, "Oh, I want this to happen now," but you realized you weren't ready and you had to go through more learning, more healing to get you to where you needed to be. And you're right, when the teacher is ready, the students will show up. It's just
Yeah.
you weren't ready. And your mindset, your attraction, your vibration, it was not on a level where you were attracting clients, so to speak. So yeah, wow. And deciding on quitting your job and not doing it until 18 months later, and you're healing fear and struggling with like different blocks and your money mindset, that's huge. I have a funny story about that one for me. Self-doubt, and you're now teaching all the things that you learned in those 18 months.
Pretty much. I mean, it does come from way before that, but I feel that this was the last point. This 18 months was the last. Like, healing, it's a journey, right? So it starts when you're a kid with your trauma. We all know what I mean. We all have some sort of trauma throughout kids. We all carry our story, our thoughts, and we heal, we heal, we heal. And I heal to the point of like, I'm ready, I want to do it, I'm fully healed, I want to help women, full of light and
Yeah.
love. But in reality, there was still a little bit of work to do. There was still another bit which I wasn't able to see, but it
Mm.
was there. The pain was there. And once I
Yeah.
clear that, then the universe opened the doors. It was like, yeah, now you can actually truly help women. Now you know what you're talking about. Now you know your shit. Because in these 18 months, I healed blocks around money, blocks around like not feeling worthy, being able to receive, how to listen to people, learning that it's not about me, and really connecting to. I was like, the beginning, there's a part of me that wanted to do it just for the money. Like, I just want to be free and have this amazing lifestyle that we see on the Instagram and here and there. But it truly allowed me to connect with, why do I want to do this? Like, why am I truly here? I'm here to help people. I don't care about anything else. At the end of the day, I decided to do this because I want to help people. And I got closer and closer and closer with my why. And nothing else mattered. Like, nothing else was important.
Oh my gosh, so much good shit right there. I don't even know where to start. So, first of all, how you found your why, that's big. Like, I think the why is what drives everything, right? And especially with me doing my podcast, I don't think my why was there, or my clear vision, or even, yeah, why, like that. So, I want to talk about your why and how you figured out your why. And then, how do you know what you need to clear? Because you said you cleared all these different blocks, like being able to receive. I struggle with being able to receive still, even now, because my mom, bless her heart, is such a nurturer and such a giver. I love that you're smiling right now. And I'm worthy. That's a big one. And I interviewed, or not interviewed, but I had a podcast episode with Nancy Levin. She's the boundary queen and putting yourself first and all of that. If you're familiar with her book, Permission to Put Yourself First, I was reading that while I was in the relationship, while you were coaching me. But I am worthy is what it comes down to, it is what she says. So how do you know what you need to heal or clear? How do you know what's left that you need to work on? How do you figure that out?
Well, of course, I was on a self-development journey, so I was quite open, and I wanted to get there, right? So I was trying to coach people how to self-develop. So I was quite already open to look at what it was there, and I was just searching for answers when I wasn't getting the results. So
Mm,
simple as, for example, I was putting myself out there on social media and trying to build a website, and I was seeing that it wasn't working out. So instead of saying, what do I need to do in terms of next thing of action, I will say, okay, I know enough at this stage as a coach that if things are not working out in the outside world, what you need to look at is your inside world. So what is actually going on here? And I'm quite intuitive, so I will ask for guidance, I will ask for answer to be shown. So for example, I will read a book, or I will find a podcast, I will do something like Spirit Junkie Masterclass, and I will have Gabby Bernstein jumping on a on a stage saying, the reason why you're not receiving money is because you're unworthy. And it will be like, all right, I get it now, this is the answer that I was looking for. It's just like,
yeah.
keep developing, keep learning, and you will find your answer. The universe will give you the answer you're looking for, which is what happened to me.
I
So when,
actually am going through Spirit Junkie Masterclass again right now. And
oh my
I
God, I
got
just read, you did it.
I
Yeah.
I got more out of it again this time because I'm like on a new level going into it. You know what I mean? So every time
Yeah.
you do it, you take something else, something different from it, or something you didn't even catch the first time because you were healing certain things, and then now you're healing different things. So then you're on a whole different wavelength. But you were saying something, I totally cut you off. Sorry.
I can't really remember right now, but I think what you
Ah!
said is like, it's like new level, new devil. No, that's all right. I think that what I said is like, I was on a self-development journey. So what I was trying to do is to manifest the first client. And I remember, like, what did I remember? I was working with this. So I hired a marketing guy to help me build sort of sales funnel to get my clients going. And this marketing guy was so slow. It was highly recommended. I knew that his system was working. It was so slow. I was like, oh my God, why it's taking so long? And I know that the reason why it was taking so long is because I need to heal things. I need to
Mm,
work through things. I still have a little bit of personal journey to get through it in order to be able to get there. Money blocks were huge for me because I really started going, okay, when you start thinking about your own business, you realize that you don't have a safe paycheck coming in every month. And now what it came through me was like, what if my fear of not being paid is actually blocking me
blocking
from
you.
attracting
Yeah.
me from a new client, right? So you
Mm.
use a tool that you're going to teach to your client and use them all on yourself. And so when a client comes to you, you're like, I know exactly what you're talking about because I've been through them all.
What are some tools that you use?
I use a lot of meditation and a lot
Mm-hmm.
of emotional freedom technique, which is tapping. A
Oh
lot
yeah,
of
you had me do the tapping. I remember.
yeah,
I was
tapping.
consistent with it for a little while.
I indeed started taking some action a little bit.
Yeah, I
Um,
did.
you just need to tap on the right thing. I think tapping is amazing, and also the right meditation, which is something that I always say to my client as well. Right, like when someone say go and meditate, I'm like, it's like going on Netflix and say go and find a show. There are like 1 million of shows in there. Like which the one I'm supposed to watch? Like, oh, it's on Netflix. Like which one? Right?
I've never heard anyone put it like that, but it's so true. It's like when someone goes, "Oh, you should meditate." Like, okay.
What does it mean? Like I'm
Yeah.
meditating or receiving money while I'm actually struggling with not, on my feminine energy and being hyper masculine. Like it does. I mean, at the end of the day, it all comes up to going back to the soul for sure. But which meditation you do at which point, it doesn't kind of as ever relevance, right? It is
Yeah.
important to
Yeah.
meditate on the right thing and to be guided with the right meditation at the right time.
I
So
think a
that was
big thing is intention, having an intention on what you're meditating, like why you're meditating, what your intention is, what you need clarity on, like sitting down with an intention in mind. I think that's big.
yeah. And also going back to why did you find your why and your purpose during
Yeah.
this period. I remember that I saw a course from Rebecca Campbell, which was is called Discover Your Cosmic Blueprint, which is all
Mhm.
about understanding where your soul come from and why, what's the blueprint of your soul, who you are, who are you meant to be. And it's basically a journey of self-discovery, which because I was going down, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna do this. And as I
Mm.
did that course, I became closer and closer and closer with my why, which is like, this is who I am, this is in my bones, this is my
Yeah.
genetics, like helping women. This is why I'm here. Like there is no any other reason. Like there are some people who are here and have like a personal mission, and people who have like a mission to develop as a person on earth, but also have the community to heal, which is like the both of us, which are called light
Mhm.
work, right? It really get me
Right.
closer to, I'm here to help people. I'm not only
Yeah.
here for myself. I'm not living only for me. I'm also living for others. So if I'm not fulfilling that, there is something missing inside me, which goes so deep down that the pain, there is nothing that's going to fix that pain. I just have to do it.
Yeah. And then you end up living, just every day passes and you're living and experiencing the same thing. And then you see yourself like look back 2 years ago. Oh, I'm in the same place. I'm the same person. Next year will be the same. Like if you don't change your present, your future will look like your past.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If you keep doing the same thing, you're going to keep getting the same result.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
You need to do.
you discovered, sorry, go ahead. I keep doing that.
No, it's okay. I wasn't really, yeah, you can talk. That's fine.
I'm gonna cut that part out. No, but so we were talking about self-doubt and you discovering that you wanted to become a coach. And then while you were in the process of trying to become a coach, you were also dealing with these fears like, who am I to do this? Who am I to, I'm not worthy. Who's gonna pay me to listen to me to coach them? Like the imposter syndrome was real. The money block was real. Like, who's going to pay me actually, like, for this? I struggled with the same exact things, right? And there's so much that I always knew I wanted to do. And I look back at the breadcrumbs, as you said. I have to tell you this, it's really crazy. When I was in Chicago in 2007, I stumbled upon this application for something called the Truth Tour. And I got picked out of thousands of people to go and be on this tour. And they put a microphone in my hand the first day. I woke up in a different city every single day with like Katy Perry on the tour. My life is so different because I took a huge risk, like quit my job to go audition. And if I didn't get it, how was I going to pay my bills? I had rent to pay, I had a car payment, but I still took that risk. And I just surrendered and trusted it would work out as it would. And if I didn't get it, hey, I can always find another job, because obviously I wasn't happy in that job if I was looking for a job and found that application. Like, but anyway, so they put a microphone in my hand, and that's the first time I realized that I light up when I have a microphone in my hand
There
on
you
a
go.
stage in front of people. And then later, like every job I've ever had, I was in front of a group of people, speaking in front of them, or just interviewing. Even my one of a couple of my jobs were like I was interviewing people. I was reading from scripts, sounding like I was having a conversation, but reading from a script, interviewing people. And then I found myself working for a company. So I've always been in education, so I've always been a teacher. I knew I wanted to be a teacher since I was like 9 years old. So instead of teaching math and science to fifth graders and whatever, I'm now teaching how to like live life, like how to get in the game of life, like with your health, with your mindset, with your relationships, with getting to the point where you are living your purpose and your dreams, and you don't have to be stuck in your current situation. Like, you can make a decision and get out. So I'm teaching that. And when I was in New York working for this company, I get offered a teaching job at a college, and guess what the class was that they gave me to teach? Public speaking.
Oh, there you go.
I was like, the universe is trying to tell me, like, hey, dumbass, what other credentials do you need for you to feel good about like being a public speaker, like
Mm.
motivational speaking, but getting your own. I have my own microphone now. Look at me. I'm talking into a freaking microphone right now. I have you know what I'm saying? It's like it's been guiding me that I was supposed to be doing this. And looking back, it's like, wow, the same breadcrumbs. Like when I was on Warp Tour, I had the microphone. Every job I've ever had, I had a microphone, I'm presenting, teaching. I'm still a teacher, like all these things. So whoever's listening, pay attention, look back. Where are the breadcrumbs? What things were lighting you up? What things are patterns or in common that it can guide you to what your why is, or what your purpose is, or what your calling is. You have to look back now. Take a step and look back and figure out what's lined up, what's matching up, where are you being guided that you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
What other breadcrumbs do you have that you can share that led you to where you are right now?
I was in my corporate job. What happened is that, like I said, I had this marketing guy,
Mhm.
and um, this marketing guy finished his job. So it was like, okay, like you have this sales funnel, which is going to give you client. It's up and running. Let's get going.
Yeah.
And however, I was terrified because there was a part of me that wanted to resign. The other part of me, so was like, okay, I'm just gonna stick around in the corporate job and make it like a little bit of both,
Mhm.
so I can get some clients going, and then I resign. Top up my savings, and when I have enough and I feel safe, I'll make the leap. And guess what happened?
What?
My boss called me and says, your job is made redundant, and he hands me a check, which is the exact amount that I was planning to save before I resigned.
Oh my god, this is exactly what happened, or similar to this, with Erica Lynn, the episode I did. She talks about how she wanted to quit her job and she was about to quit, and then they basically let her go and gave her a big giant severance and everything. It's like the universe was like rewarding her and you in this situation. Amazing.
Yeah, most importantly, I feel that the universe was like, you did it, girl. Like, you heal what you needed to heal, and you're ready to go. Like, you don't need to stay
Yeah.
here and wait. You are ready to go. And my marketing funnel was up. I'm pretty sure in the next 2 months, no, in the next month, I manifested my first clients, and here I am.
Wow. It's like the universe rewarded you for healing, for getting to the place where you needed to get to, and it's like, all right, level up. Like what you like you're playing a video game and then you level up to the next round. That's exactly what you did. That's so badass. I didn't know that about your story. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. So fun. Holy crap.
Yes.
Wow. So what else? What can you share with us? How can we heal our self-doubt? How can we change our lives? How can we be happier? How can we find our why? How can we get to our life's purpose?
I feel that the thing that really guided me through all of this was a search for happiness. Like literally feeling to, instead of denying the pain, instead of denying my emotions, instead of denying what I was feeling and being in my head, just look for feeling better. Just look for healing. Just look for happiness. Like, and once you follow that path, it will lead you where you're meant to be going, right? You
Wow.
just need to search for that.
It's like how people say follow your bliss. It's true.
Yeah.
And you know, that's interesting because basically what you're saying is you can feel your feelings, you can honor them. You just don't this is what I always tell people too, don't get stuck in them. Don't stay in the funk. Don't repeat the funk because then you're tricking your brain into thinking it's happening again, right? And so when you're searching for happiness, you're actually seeking the vibration of joy. And when you find things that bring you joy and you feel joy, you're raising your vibration. Then you start to attract more things that bring you joy versus staying in the vibration of being sad or unhappy or unfulfilled.
Yeah, and once you do that, you will move forward in your path. You will move into the next thing, and the next thing, I think the people, where people get stuck is that they feel better, they move into the next thing, and then a new obstacle comes up, and they feel like demotivated, and then they lose trust. And it's a matter
Mm,
of building the awareness that, I always say, life is in season. I always say this, life is in season. So you have your spring, when you plant your seed, you have your
mm,
summer, when the seed, when everything is flourishing and you reap the rewards. Then you have autumn, which is about letting go. Winter, which is the phase that nobody likes to be, where it's darkness, nothing is working out, nothing is moving. But then spring comes again, and it's cycle, right? Every time you're going
mm,
up, even when you're in the winter phase, everyone thinks that you're going backwards, that you're back into the pain, and they don't realize that it's part of moving forward. So even if
mhm.
things don't go as you expected, because they go well and then they go bad again, like happened to me, right? I'm gonna become a life coach, it's gonna be amazing, and then things
Yeah.
went bad. No
Yeah.
clients, I couldn't take action, scared of money. Move through that and go to the next level, and then it's gonna be new challenges, which I had in my business after, but that's okay because it's gonna take me to the new level.
Mm. New level, new devil.
Yes.
Right? Because there's the journey never ends. There's always growth. There's always improvement. There's always something to learn and heal. So how
Yeah.
do we find what we need to heal next? How do we figure out you said meditating and all of that, but is there a way that we could just tap in to realize to become more self-aware and to go, "Hey, you know what? This is the thing I really need to work on and this will move me forward." Like how do we figure that out?
I think for me it's much more easier to explain this with a specific example, but
Mm,
I feel that if you are in a point in your life, I would say to anyone that if you feel that you're at a point in your life in which you are not getting what you want and you feel that you're stuck, really stop and look yourself around and say, what can I learn from this? Literally ask
mm,
your question. What is this teaching me? What can I learn from this experience? Where is the learning? And your learning is your obstacle. Your learning is your blocks, is what you need to heal. It's what you need to move forward. What can I learn from this? And if I think that things are happening for me and not to me, where
mm.
is this thing taking me? And
Yeah.
that's how you
I
do it.
always say that. I always say it. Everything's happening for you, not to you. It's like my tagline of my podcast.
Yeah. So if that is is like how things work? Like what am I meant to learn? And once you literally ask yourself that question, even if you don't know it in the moment that you ask the question, your consciousness opens. You open yourself to places and things that you didn't even know that they were there, just because you had the courage to ask the question.
So when you ask a question and then you start to look for the answer, or you just have to meditate and wait for the answer, what do you think is the best way to see your answer?
You just ask yourself the answer, see what comes up, and then I think the meditation and the tapping comes after. So you say, okay, I need to learn. I feel that if someone is really stuck and they can't see their answers because they never did personal development before, or I think there are different stages to go about it. But let's say you look, what is this teaching me? I think option number one, you get an answer inside you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say that for me, for example, I thought for a long time I thought I had money blocks, until I realized that it was a worthiness blocks. But because I was looking for answers and keep doing self-development things, so I will look for the next mentor, and the next mentor, through my journey, I found the answers.
That's what
And
I
once,
kept doing too. Every time I thought I wasn't ready to start, I was staying stuck in my own fear. Oh, I'm not ready. I need this course. I need this course. I need this coach. I need that. And I was never letting myself believe that I'm ready, I'm worthy, I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, I know my shit. And
yeah,
then only until this year, after I got out of the relationship, got in another $3,000 program. And at the end of it, I was like, I knew all of this shit already. What a waste of money. But it's crazy because it gave me the confidence to be like, I'm ready, because I saw what this person was doing and I was like, I could do it and I could probably do it better. It
there
gave
you
me the
go.
confidence.
So
Yeah.
that's what you were looking after. Or sometimes you could, I don't think it's necessarily bad doing the next course. You kind of need to know where you're at. I think it's good to give you, at least for myself, I give myself
Hmm.
I'm a personal development junkie, so I give
Me
myself
too.
a limit of personal development course and money that I'm going to spend throughout the year, so to not get it out of control. But it really,
Oh my God. That's so cute. I love that. You like budgeted yourself some like investing in because you're a personal development junkie. So you set aside money to invest. I love you
yeah,
so much so it doesn't get out of control. Oh my God. I love it.
yeah. I mean, I'm,
Oh.
I'm a coach, right? So I like to evolve and grow.
Yeah,
And
me
I
too.
also like to support.
I'm always in programs. Like I have so many things going on all at the same time, and I can totally relate. But like the idea of setting a budget so that it doesn't get out of control, because I see a program, I'm like, oh, I want that one. Oh, I want that one. Oh, I want that one. And then you
Yeah,
don't even have enough hours in the day to do them.
exactly. So it's a kind of a way to do it in a mindfulness way. So if you are one of these people, is one thing, but if you never did personal development before and you kind of want to know why am I experiencing this, and you can't find the answer, definitely reach out to someone and definitely ask for the help that you need. While if you're a personal development junkie, then okay, it gets to a point in which you're self-sabotaging yourself, and that is a different conversation that we need to have. So it's kind of the finding that sweet spot in where you're at. So if you don't get your answer inside, you ask for someone, and then you will find your answers. And a way in which I move through blocks is definitely with meditation and tappings. Once you know what you're dealing with, that's how you heal it.
Good
That's one of
old
the
self-sabotage.
yeah.
Good old self-sabotage. Oh my goodness. I was the queen of self-sabotage back in the day when the day was back. Oh my God. I seriously, it was like a day job for me, self-sabotage. Where do you think that comes from? Why do we self-sabotage?
That is because your subconscious is not on board with your conscious mind, right? So what you're trying to do consciously, you want to go there, but if you haven't healed the part of you and that is still traumatized, that is still hurting, if you haven't healed that pain and you're not in touch with the part of you, she will show up and she will sabotage you.
Hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
you
I
need
can
to get
relate.
all the part of you on board. Yeah.
Yeah, I can relate to that. I can definitely agree. When I was in my 20s, I didn't heal the part of me that was afraid of relationships. Like I didn't realize that I was afraid of relationships. So anytime one would start to fall for me, I would do something on purpose to make them not want to be with me anymore so that they would end it and I wouldn't be the bad guy, like leaving them. But like I was definitely afraid of love, of relationships, and I healed that part of me. And then I manifested the one that I was in when I was with you because I needed certain things that still needed healing, that healed because of that relationship. And then it also got me on my journey to live in California where I always said I'd end up. So
There you go.
there you go.
All meant to be. Yes,
Totally.
definitely. It's more healing to do. We haven't got
Yeah.
all the part of ourselves on board, and there is some unawareness around patterns. So it's really a matter of stopping and say again, only one question: what can I learn from this, and why am I doing this? Like, if this is happening for me and not to me, what's actually going on?
What can I learn from this? I always say that too. Everything's happening for you, not to you. So when you're in a traumatic or some sort of experience that you're like, why me? Why is this happening? Oh my God. You just have to stop and reflect on, okay, first of all, acceptance. This is happening. Why is it happening? What can I learn from this? What still needs to heal? There's so many self-awareness or self-reflective questions to ask, and then you make peace with it.
Yeah, and you do your meditation, you do your tapping, you use your tools, and you keep your energy in track. I also use a lot of acupuncture. I also say to my clients, go and get your acupuncture, fix your chakra. And the emotions are in the body. Like, the trauma is in the body. Get into your body. How do you overcome self-doubt? Get out of your head, get into your body.
Pay attention to your body, not your thoughts, not your head. But also, there's a lot of wisdom in what you're thinking because if you catch your thoughts and go, where did that come from? Why did I think that? And then you can dig deep to figure out where it came from and why you think that. And then ask yourself, is that true? Is that absolutely true? Do I really believe that? That thought I thought like when I look in the mirror, like back in the day, I would look in the mirror and I'd go, "Ugh, I'm fat." Or even, what I realize is before you even walk up in front of the mirror or before you even get on the scale, you're already thinking, I'm not going to be pleased with what I see. You're already thinking that. And so then the result is what? You're not pleased with what you see, right? So then
Absolutely.
now I'm aware of that and now I intentionally go when I know I'm about to see a mirror or get on a scale, I already think, "Oh, I'm so pretty. I'm so skinny. I'm so whatever I want." And I go up in the mirror and I feel it before I look at myself, and then I feel it when I see. So that's really key, and I really think that I honestly started to manifest my beauty more now than because I used to pile on the makeup. Like even right now with you, I don't have any makeup. Like, granted, I have this ring light, but I'm not even doing my hair. I'm not doing my makeup. I'll go out in like sweats and just like a regular tank top or shirt. Like I'm confident and happy with the way I look and I feel good because I've done the work, I've done the healing, I've stepped into like who I am and I love who I am. Whereas before, I definitely didn't.
Mm, a lot of
So
healing.
much magic comes from healing and literally, truly loving yourself. Like, fall in love with you, who you are as a person, as a human, as a soul. Like, fall in love with yourself, and so much
Yeah,
magic happens.
this is so true, because at the end of the day, if you want to take action, if you want to follow the crumb, is the love for yourself that is going to make you do it. Like, if you the
Mhm.
search for happiness that I was talking about before, it comes from loving yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, you're going to stay stuck in pain because you don't even think that you're worthy of feeling good, right?
Yeah,
So the
yeah.
first step comes from, you know what, I'm actually deserving of feeling good. I'm actually deserve of a better lifestyle than a 9 to 5. I actually deserve for my dreams to be fulfilled.
I love that. I deserve to feel good. I deserve for my dreams to become real. I love that. Oh my gosh, so much gold coming out of your mouth, girl. This is so good. I love this. So, okay, we talked about your acupuncture. You mentioned acupuncture. I used to do that. And my birthday's on the 30th, and I normally take a week off, and I like just fuck off to an island and I turn off my phone and I just go, take a stack of books with me. And that's my birthday week by myself. Right. And you know what? I realized that when I was in that relationship last year, I didn't do that. I didn't take my trip because I wanted him to come
Mm.
with me, or I didn't want to be away from him for that long. Like, there were things that needed healing clearly, because if I can't do that for myself as I normally would, and I had to include him, and partly probably because of insecurity and not wanting to leave him, there, and
But
who knows
also,
what.
if you are with a partner, is not gonna willing to do that for you when it's important, that is a sign that it's toxic. It's not the right relationship for you.
Yeah, we made plans to do it. We were going to go to Mexico, and then they fell through, but whatever. I still should have gone. I should have wanted to still go and do my own thing. And it's like, okay, we're not going to do it. I'm still going to do it because I love me. But I
Yeah.
didn't. And instead, my birthday was crap last year. But so for this year, for my birthday, I made a list. You talked about acupuncture. This is why I'm talking about this, is because I want to do Reiki. I want to
Mm.
get Reiki for my birthday and just pamper the hell out of myself and I took off the whole week from work, and I'm going to dedicate that to just spoiling myself rotten with love and attention, and spending time on all the things that are taking the back seat to my day job.
Yeah, which is
Right.
exactly, yeah, absolutely. Love yourself. Like, and it's so important to replenish your energy to, you know, we always think that, I always had this crazy, I think I call it crazy now, but it was pretty real,
Mhm.
that talk therapy was the only therapy. While in
Mm.
reality, when we want to heal, there's so many things that you can do, which is like journaling, meditation, emotional freedom technique, massages, Reiki, spending time in nature, getting
Yeah.
a salt bath, Epsom salt, and take a bath and get it out of your body. All different
Mhm.
practices which gets you out of your head into your body and raise your vibration. Because there is no point in talking if you're so exhausted that you
Yeah.
actually literally need to relax first and maybe get a massage or a bath, and then you can maybe have a talk with someone.
This is so true. And women don't do this. They're not taking care of themselves.
No.
And I'm speaking from my experience. I started to realize that everything that I would do for myself when I was single, I would stop doing it for myself and expect the other person to do it. One of the
Mhm.
things I learned about myself in my coaching with you when I was in that relationship was that I was not filling my own cup anymore. I was expecting him to fill my
Mm.
cup. And do you remember I was not okay. Like, if we had a fight and he gave me the silent treatment or something, we were not talking, and I would not be okay. The whole day would be ruined until we were okay again. Meanwhile, he was upstairs on his computer, completely fine and normal, like going about his day. Like, you know what I mean? So I realized I needed to fill my own cup. And prior to that relationship, I was getting massages, I was doing my salt baths, I was being outside in nature. I went to the beach every single weekend, or I'll go for walks with my dog, and then I'll take my shoes off and I'll just do this whole earthing thing where you feel the soil, the vibration of the earth in between your toes. And I would get acupuncture and all of that, and I stopped doing it when I get in a relationship. I realize that I lose
Mm.
myself and I stop focusing on me. So that is one thing I still need healing. I still need to be able to manage being an independent woman that takes such good care of herself. And because when I get involved with someone, they take the front seat. I sit in the back. I start putting them first and taking care of them the way I would take care of myself, but I no longer do that. So I know that whoever's listening can probably relate to this, because we are by nature givers, right? We put other people before us because we are like innately mothers, right? So we have that caring for someone gene.
Mm.
So what can you so with self-sabotage, with subconsciously like needing parts that are healing or that need healing, self-doubt, putting other people first, not putting our needs first, not taking action because we're like, "Oh, I can't because I have kids, I have this job, I have all these things." Yeah, that all sounds really nice, I would love to quit my job and start my, dream business and figure out my why and do all these things that you guys are talking about. But realistically, I'm stuck and I can't figure out how I can do it. Like you probably hear these reasonings or this logic in your coaching with women, right? What do you tell them?
Well, I tell them that I have a program and I need to get to the program. But on top of that, it's a process, right? It's a process. So
Yeah.
what a woman is really telling me is like, I'm not trusting myself enough. I'm scared. I'm
Ooh.
terrified. I want to do it, but I know do not to do it. And also for
Wow.
sure, if someone is saying things like this, well, it's coming up for me, and there, what is like there is still work to do. There is some healing to do. Clearly, these are fears which are talking, and these fears are blocking you, which is what fears do. They create a block. Is the whole reason why you're scared, to block you. And I'm not surprised that you're stuck. So what do you want to do? Like, do you want to work through this? Do you actually want to take a baby step and actually change your internal dialogue, or you just want to keep feeding yourself? Because if you wait for the day in which your schedule will clear and your energy will be in alignment and the sky will smile at you and God will tell you, go girl, you are ready, it's never gonna
Mhm.
happen. Like, it doesn't exist.
Oh
So
my gosh, that's good. Change your internal dialogue. That stood out to me. Change your internal dialogue because I talk to women all the time about their self-talk, right? Your negative self-talk is what's really keeping you stuck. And I have to tell you something. Did I tell you about my sign, right? The number 44, is my sign. But then also lately this year, especially since that relationship, I've been seeing flies, like very significantly a fly will show up or land on me or be somewhere that just look. And as I'm saying this, a fly just landed on the screen like of my laptop right now as we speak, and it's been flying around here. Where the hell did this fly come from? I have no idea. So I looked up the spiritual meaning of a fly, and it's like really hard to tell if it's the negative piece of it or if it's the positive piece of it or what I take from it. So like, do you have any tips for our signs and how to like figure out what we're being guided to or what we're missing aside from meditation and tapping and tuning in and all of that? Is there like c- some sort of strategy or trick or tool that you use to know you're on the right path?
that's a very good question. How do you know that you are on the right path? I feel that I do it. It's a very good question. I feel that I changed my mindset enough that I know that I'm always on the right path.
Mm.
Like that there is only the right path. Like
Mhm.
I think I got to the point in my life in which, and this is what I would say to someone who's wondering if am I on the right path? There is only the right path. Not being on the right path doesn't exist, because if things happen for you, not to you, then there is only one path, and the only path is the right path.
But if you're on the right path and you're just keeping yourself in that, so say I agree with you 100%. Let me just say that. And I wrote it down and I circled it and all. There is only the right path. I love that so much. But think about it. If you draw a line and you go, I'm right here on this path. This is me here. Like, one of those maps where you're at the zoo or somewhere and it goes, you are here. Like a, you know, amusement park or something. You are here. So you're on this path. This is the right path. This is the only path. You are here. But you're keeping yourself right there. You're staying stuck. You're not allowing yourself to continue on the path, right? So that's probably a good way
Okay,
to
so
think
in
about
that
it.
case, what I'm telling you, that I feel that the universe will guide you in the right direction, because you're gonna get to a point in which enough is enough, and you're gonna take action.
Yeah.
Because
So
no
like when
human
is
being,
enough enough?
yeah, when you get to the point in which enough is enough, then you're gonna take action. The question is, how deep in your pain are you willing to go before you take action?
Wow. How deep in your pain are you willing to go before you need to take action? God damn.
That's why people fix their life after, like, they are hitting rock bottom and now I'm taking action. Like, do you need
Mm.
to hit rock bottom every time? Or you can simply start looking at the nudges and at the sign and knowing, this is the right thing. Because if you are open, if you are listening, if you are looking at your life with awareness, you get all the sign every time, every moment that you need to hear and see and feel. The question is, are you listening or are you going down your track? Because if you're going down your track, yes, you're going to end up in rock bottom. But you can
Mm.
avoid that if you just start listening and you take that courageous step, you do the thing which is not logical.
Yes, do the thing that's not logical. You heard that? Do the thing that's not logical. I love it. I can't tell you how many things I did that were not logical and they turned out magically, beautifully. Like, oh, it's the
Yeah,
best thing that you can do for yourself. Taking a risk, taking scary action. If something comes your way and you're like, oh no, I can't do it. Like, just do it. Just do
yeah,
it. That's it. I love that you said, "Do you need to hit rock bottom before you take action?" Like, that is so simple, but so profound at the same time, because it's really what I see in a lot of women in a lot of toxic relationships. Like, do you really need to hit rock bottom before you do something about this? Like, take action right now. Just do it. And when is enough enough? Like, really?
yeah.
Wow. So good. Oh my God. Are you like 24/7 booked out? Like you have no room for another client or something now because you're so good. Oh my God. Like
So sweet of you.
seriously.
Thank you.
So tell me about your program that you have that are you currently enrolling for it? What's going on?
Yes, I'm currently enrolling for it. So I've like probably I take 8 women at a time, and right now I'm enrolling, especially for 2021. Enrollments are open. What is called I'm Beautiful, the Inner Journey. So what we do is go through your fears, you block your subconscious mind first, we heal all of that, and then we move into the soul and the feminine and trusting. So basically the journey that you saw through here, it's all condensed in 8 weeks. So if you're struggling with self-doubt, overanalyzing, you feel stuck, you don't know where to go with your life, you feel sad, you don't know how to manage your emotions, you don't know where you are, you're lost and confused, this is where you need to be.
Wow. That sounds so good. I want to freaking sign up. I can't believe you only take 8 women. It's that like intense and one-on-one. Like what are you doing?
Yeah, I do have group calls and one-on-one with me. So
Wow.
I do have only like it's only one of me. It's
Yeah.
fun, and it is a safe container for women to open up. It is a community which I absolutely love, but I don't maybe I'll bring it up to 12, 15, but I cannot go over than that at a time.
Yeah,
But if
yeah,
someone
or
is
else it would be like spirit junkie if you took too many. You'd
yeah,
kind of be lost in the shuffle. So this is a more intensive like I could see the women in this having a real huge transformation because it's that intimate.
it
That's so powerful. Wow.
It is because you do talk to me every week, and I also give you 4 one-on-one. So I kind of direct you where you need to go and where you need to be. Plus, you
Mm.
get the content. So there is a lot going on there. You
That's
don't
what
need.
I was missing from the last program I was in. I wanted a one-on-one. I think if I got a one-on-one from the like in the very beginning, kind of like, hey, this is where I'm at, figure me out. And then in the middle, check in with me. Am I on the right path? What else do I need to do? Like self-correct, whatever. And then toward the end, like, wow, look how far you've come. Now do this and do that. Kind of like the hand holding was missing and the implementation, like put me on my path, like tell me what to do and help me figure out and whatever. So I love that you're doing that. What's your program called?
I am beautiful, the inner journey.
Wow. That is beautiful.
It is.
So needed. So needed. The inner journey. Because everything happens, everything, the magic starts to happen once you start to become self aware and heal the inner parts that you're burying deep or that just come from your childhood and you don't even realize. Like your behaviors as an adult are coming from your emotions that are coming from thoughts you're having, from beliefs that you've created from when you were a kid. And
Yeah.
there are
So
survival strategies, right? And you don't need them anymore.
yeah. So we literally spend solid, I think it's the first 3 modules on your stories, your subconscious, heal your inner child, and then we spend on self-worth, feminine energy, receiving, how to balance masculine and feminine, self-love, all of this is covered. How to understand your intuition, how to connect with your emotion, how to move
Mm.
through your blocks, how to heal your fears. That's what you get. So if you want to feel empowered, if you want to trust yourself, if you want to know what's going on inside myself, if you want to feel in flow with life, that's what you get at the end of it.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I am beautiful. The
Um,
inner journey. I love it. Very, very good. Well, I'm gonna get the information from you and I'll link it in the show notes. So if anyone who's listening is interested in that, that would be something they can actually explore and get to work with you. So what's your Instagram? Tell us where everyone can find you.
is Ellis _ Bona. You can probably link it as well.
Yeah, I will definitely link it as well. And any last words that you want to share with anyone listening?
It's been a pleasure being here. I loved every chat. I feel that my last word is wherever you're at, you're always on the right path. And if you feel stuck, just seek for help, right? There is someone out there. If it's not me, it's going to be you or another coach. But do not shame yourself for where you're at. Do not think that everyone out there is having fun and everyone's life is happier and you're is shit, because they can tell that 99% of people are struggling. So ask for that help and you will move forward.
That's so true. You know, everybody that we look at, that we admire on social media and like the most beautiful person in the world, if you're looking at yourself and you're like, I'm ugly, I'm fat, I'm whatever, I guarantee you that the woman that you're looking up to and admiring her life looks in the mirror and thinks those exact thoughts.
Yeah.
Right? We all have it. It's all our inner our negative self-talk, right? Like we just need to master our mindset and catch our thoughts and just reframe them in the moment. That's the most powerful thing you can do is
Yeah.
catch your thoughts in the moment and reframe them by challenging them. Like, wait, is this true? Do I really believe that? And why would I say that to myself? Because if you make a list of all the things you say to yourself and then go and say, okay, I'm going to say these to this little girl right here or to your sister or your mom,
So
you wouldn't
true.
say, right? You wouldn't say the things that you say to yourself to anyone else. So why are you so mean to yourself, girl?
So true. And also, I will add to that that if you can't get there, because I found women that they can't even get there, they can't even get to a point in which they can transform their thoughts, then it's deeper. Then we need to go into the subconscious. Then we need to say what there is underneath, right? Because you are amazing and you can do it, but I know there are women out there that they can't just change their thoughts. It just goes way deeper in that. And if it's
Hmm.
you, I want to say it's okay that we just need to work a little bit more and then we'll get you where you are at, which is amazing.
Yeah, becoming self-aware is the first step. Start to just notice the thoughts
Yeah.
and just be okay with them. Like, you know what? Wow, I thought that, and then that's not true. And then when you catch it again, you go, "Shut up. Shut up, you stupid thought. You're not true." And then before you know it, you stop believing it, whatever it
Yeah,
is.
it's
It
exactly
just takes
right.
a little bit of work. That's why they call it the work. It's a little bit of work,
A
like,
little bit.
and the work is never done. I'm so excited for your program, and I'm so grateful that you came on to be with me and everyone who's listening. I know that this was super, super helpful, inspirational, motivational, insightful, all the beautiful things. And one last thing I want to ask you to share is tell me what you are the most grateful for in this very, very moment. Like, what are you feeling so joyful about in your life right now?
um I feel that I'm grateful. I'm really grateful for where I am in my life, for the partner that I have, the life that I have, and all the things that I wanted to manifest in the past 5 years. I literally got them. So
Wow.
yeah,
Yay.
I couldn't be more happier right now. Even though there are days
Oh,
in which I wonder, is this gonna work? Will I find new clients? My business and this and that. You know, that the thoughts that we all have them, but
yeah.
deep down, I'm very grateful for where I am in life. Yeah.
Beautiful. That I loved I realized like I want to either start my podcast asking people that or ending it with that because I want to either way I want to feel the joy you're feeling because seeing you feel the joy from reflecting on what you're grateful for, it like brings up the vibration of both of us. Like
Yeah.
and I love to celebrate women and just feel good with them. So I love
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much
I
for
love you too.
everything. all the time we spent coaching together, you really did help me through that very difficult decision I had to make. And I don't know that I would have left as soon as I left because I would have stayed longer probably. But
Oh,
yeah, because I didn't realize that it was as bad as it was. I was, convincing myself, making excuses, trying to stay, trying to make it work because of the story. I believed in the beginning story, and I
yeah.
and I had to figure out, is that him or is this him? And that's what really. And then I started to look at myself and go, if I were coaching somebody and she came to me and told me all these things that I'm telling you, right? What would I do? What would I tell her to do? And
Yeah.
my response immediately was leave. I would absolutely 100% tell the woman to leave. 100%. No hesitation. That was my answer.
There you go.
And
So
that's
your
what,
soul spoke to you and you knew what to do. You did the
yeah.
irrational thing.
Mhm. Mhm. Because who in their right mind as a woman would leave a man who just bought a house for them? Like basically man, house, all the things, like that's the goal, isn't it? That's the goal. Like why would I got to that point. The next step is he was going to be getting a ring, like, and I don't know if I self-sabotaged myself out of fear of like the real commitment, like getting married is still very scary to me because I feel like it ties you down. And me, I like to be a free spirit to come and go and fly by the seat of my pants, like, oh yeah, this vacation, that vacation, oh, move to another state, move to another country, sure, I have nothing tying me down. But once you're married and you have kids, you don't have that flexibility anymore. And I think that's something I still self-sabotage out of fear of like commitment and being stuck.
Mm. It
I
seems that
still
you need
have
to
that.
book a session, Rita.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think we
milking
got
it right.
material for a session. We can record it if you want.
Oh, that would be so cool, right? Like if I should do a podcast episode of me being coached live, like that would be pretty cool.
Um, yeah, I mean, I feel that here it is a bit of both, and there is always the question: is where is the right answer? So probably yes, there was a fear of being close, but at the end of the day, if you're not happy, you're not happy, right? There were some
Mhm.
certain elements in the relationship. Then I feel that that's when we kind of get stuck in our head, like, is it my fear or is it him? There are some
Yeah.
core things that I always say to my clients, like, is it treating you with respect, yes or no? Is he talking to you in a certain way, yes or no? Does he love you, yes or no? Is he present, yes or
Mm.
no? If it's a no, no,
Mm.
no, 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 I get it, you have your fear, but it's still not okay. While if
Mhm.
this person was perfect with you and it was only you, then I would say, yes, of course, this is your fear.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember you asked me some of those questions and I actually sat him down and we talked about some of the things and it helped for the day. But then the next day or 5 minutes later, it was back to the toxic shit. And I realized a lot of it was narcissistic. I went to Spirit Junkie Masterclass and I posted my whole situation. I was like,
Yeah,
and
this, I think this here we are touching into narcissism. I just feel that's probably another episode that we could do on narcissism.
yeah, for sure. 100%. We could definitely do that. All right, cool. So we're going to do maybe like an actual coaching session. That would be fun. And then do an episode on narcissists for sure. And then, ooh, something you're really good at and that you are all about is the feminine energy, the feminine
Mm,
masculine. We could do one about that.
yeah, for sure.
Oh, I love it. You'll be like my resident life coach. I'll have you on like once a month or something with a special episode.
That would be cool. Sure.
All right. Well, Ellis, my beautiful, my former and soon to be present life
Thank
coach again. I loved working with you. I love this conversation. You are a force, you are a light, you are doing amazing, beautiful things. And thank you for sharing your wisdom. And I know that everyone listening got some beautiful, beautiful, beautiful vibrations from you, insight from you, inspiration from you. So thank you for being here with us today. And I look forward to having you back on again.
you.
Mwah!
Bye. Mwah.
Bye, love. How dope is she? I mean, did you hear how many times we tried to end the call and we just kept continuing to something else and something else and something else? Anyway, so I've got a ton of takeaways for you. You ready? Number 1. Self-doubt is not trusting yourself and not taking that little step of action that'll give you the clarity you're looking for. Number 2, to get over self-doubt, base things on your feelings and not what's in your head. Number 3, instead of denying your feelings, just look for feeling better, healing, and happiness. That path will lead you to where you're meant to be going. Number 4, life is in seasons, in a cycle. Even when things aren't going your way, grow through that to the next level of you. Number 5, when you're in a why me situation, ask yourself, what is this here to teach me? What can I learn from this experience? Where is the learning? That learning is your obstacle that needs healing in order to move forward. Number 6, my favorite. Everything happens for you, not to you. Number 7, when you self-sabotage, it's a sign that there's healing to do. Your subconscious is not on board with your conscious mind. If you haven't healed the part of you that was traumatized or in pain, that part of you will show up and sabotage you. Number 8, turn your self-sabotage and self-doubt into self-love by trusting yourself and taking inspired action. Number 9, do the thing that's not logical. It turns out magical. I had to end on that one. That one was money. It was shmoney, baby, shmoney. Anyway, so there are a couple other things that I wanted to include in the takeaways, but I figured I would just tell you them. So one thing that she said that really stood out to me was to change your internal dialogue. That negative self-talk is really fucking shit up. So we got to take control of that. And it's all about mastering your mindset, just catching those thoughts in the moment and reframing them. Asking yourself, was that true? Do I really believe that? And look for evidence to prove the opposite to be true. And then the other thing was, how do you know that you're on the right path? And she said, there is only the right path. And the last thing, how deep in your pain are you willing to go before you take action? Don't wait till it gets super, super shitty for you to leave or to take action or to do the thing that you need to do. Don't get pushed out of a situation. Don't get forced out of a situation. Take charge. Be the one that does it for you without being pushed and forced to do it by the universe because you're not paying attention. And when you take action initially, you get rewarded, as you've noticed in her story, my story. Every story that's been shared so far in this podcast has been proving to you that when you take inspired action, when you do the scary thing and you move toward the thing that your soul is like yearning for, you get rewarded, you get hooked up, magic happens. I'm proving it to you over and over again with all of these stories. So please do it. There's clear signs happening all around you all the time. This is meant for you. You know what it is. Whatever it is for you, you know. Just do it and surrender and just believe that it's meant for you, because if it wasn't, you wouldn't keep having the same idea over and over again. You wouldn't keep wanting to do this thing. It wouldn't keep bugging you in like just this deep yearning inside, like almost to the point where every time you think of it, it kind of hurts that you're not doing it and you really want to, but you're not. So do it. And then just take that first baby step, and the next step will appear, and the next step will appear. I can tell you from my own experience, I've been wanting to do this podcast forever. Even when she was coaching me, she was trying to get me to record an episode and I wouldn't do it. Like I would make every excuse under the sun to not do it. Like I was scared. And the secret is do it scared. Do it super scared. Just do it. I feel like I'm working for Nike or something. Anyway, so yeah, if you're interested in coaching with me or with Ellis, you can find us on Instagram. I'll include everything in the show notes. I'm offering free coaching right now, so take advantage of that. If any of this is resonating with you and you're like, God, I wish I could work with Rita, guess what? You can. Yay! Thank you so much for taking the time to listen today. If you would take a screenshot of this episode and post it on Instagram and tag me, or just DM me and tell me what you loved, rate and review the podcast. That would be amazing and super helpful. I'm eternally grateful to you for spending time here with me and listening. You could be listening to all the other content in the world, but you're here with me. And if you haven't already, join the Facebook group. The Facebook community is growing and we are like this sisterhood. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's fabulous. And don't forget to share this with somebody. If you felt like this served you in some way, I would love to know, first of all, but definitely share this. Share it, share it, share it. Share it with the world. Spread the love. Let's spread the healing. Thank you again. I love you so much. Have a wonderful morning, evening, morning, afternoon. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. It's like 12:12. Oh, snap. It's 12:12. Holla.